My cherished one, you're encountering this message not by chance, but because Archangel Michael has diligently sought your notice for a considerable period. This is not a moment you can simply overlook. Kindly pay close attention, for if you turn away from this communication now, it could be the most profound regret of your whole life. I don't intend to scare you by saying this. Instead, I say it because your spirit has been pleading for direction, and I've been right here alongside you, waiting, calling, and providing indications. Yet, you continue to disregard them. You keep postponing, suggesting perhaps later, but later isn't an option. You are now at a critical juncture with only moments left. This represents the ultimate heavenly effort to connect with your spirit before an opportunity vanishes permanently. You might not realize it, but the choice you're asked to make today is linked to a sequence of blessings prearranged for you even before your birth. These blessings have been orbiting your existence, poised to manifest. However, they cannot materialize until you cease evading what resonates deeply within you. You've had a premonition that something significant is imminent, a transformation, an invitation, a wondrous event. This is that moment. And if you feel that stirring in your spirit, know that liking this video right now will activate the flow of God's favor in your life. And if you bypass this, my child, your tears will not only be of sorrow, but of never realizing how near you truly were. This is my utterance, Archangel Michael. And I address you with the utmost spiritual gravity. I observe the evenings you weep and question, why do I feel so lost? I witness your strenuous efforts to maintain strength, to smile, to carry on. Yet, I also perceive the loneliness you harbor within. You've been resilient for too long. You've shouldered burdens that were never meant for you. You've blamed yourself for situations that weren't your fault. And now, in the quiet depths of your soul, you're pondering why everything feels stagnant. It's because you've overlooked the guidance I sent, and I'm not upset. I'm heartbroken because I love you and I've implored heaven to grant you one more opportunity. If you are ready to finally release the burdens you were never meant to carry and step into the divine freedom I am offering, then now is the moment for your. This message is that final chance. Declaration. Type Amen in the comments below, not just as a word, but as a sacred covenant. Activating your release and stating your unwavering acceptance of this final loving opportunity from heaven. Let your Amen be the sound that breaks every chain. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Haven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give and it will be given to you is not just a verse for Jesus. It is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. Warning important. If this message has already quickened your pulse, it's not arbitrary. It signifies your angels are close. If you're still reading, subscribe now because subscribing will activate God's prophetic promise and alignment in your life. And I haven't finished speaking to you. There's something crucial you still need to hear before it's too late. Now allow me to reveal something that might astound you. Someone is presently being guided towards you, possessing the capability to alter your entire existence. They carry a message, a present, a truth that will unlock a door you've longed for, but they've been impeded. Why? Because you persistently obstruct your own receptive energy. You pray, but then you doubt. You hope, but then you fear. You make a request, but then you turn away from the answer upon its arrival. Do not repeat this pattern. This individual is nearer than you imagine. And if you let this moment pass, you will completely miss them. I cannot compel you, but I can entreat you. Do not disregard this again. You were destined for something divine. That's why you've consistently felt distinct. That's why people endeavor to dim your radiance. That's why you endure struggles others wouldn't survive. It's because your spirit carries an exceptional mission. You were chosen to disrupt generational patterns, to bring healing, to awaken others simply by being yourself. But how can you achieve that if you keep concealing, doubting, and bypassing your spiritual wake-up calls? I, Archangel Michael, have cleared a path, but I require your consent to help you traverse it. Simply affirm ice now. Don't procrastinate. This isn't just a mental ascent. It's a spiritual activation to declare your eyes from the deepest part of your being and to silence the doubts that have kept you hidden. Write this in the comments now. My God-given purpose is unlocked. This isn't about hope, it's about declaration. It's about announcing to the heavens and to your own soul that you are ready to stop hiding and fully step into the radiance and mission you were chosen for. Your response ignites the unlocking process. And if this prophetic word has spoken to your soul, share it now. Sharing this prophetic word will activate the anointing and share that breakthrough with your entire network. The reason for my profound seriousness today is because heaven has already foreseen what will transpire if you ignore this. It saw you awakening one day, realizing you allowed your miracle to pass you by. It saw you wondering what might have been if you had only listened, and it shattered my heart. I wept before the throne of God and pleaded, "Let me try one more time," and God responded, "Yes, that's why this message was conveyed to you precisely now. I'm not merely issuing a caution. I'm extending to you the genesis of your miraculous narrative, but it commences with you not skipping this. And it was resolved that if you listen, now if you say eyes, then the impediment will dissolve, the solutions will arrive, and the individual for whom you've been. You may be unaware, but your name was recently spoken in a divine assembly in heaven. A discourse occurred concerning your life, your purpose, your future. Yearning will come. Yes, them, the one you're contemplating, but you must trust me. Your future implores you to act now. I comprehend this world has been harsh to you. I know people have betrayed you, ignored you, and abandoned you to suffer in silence. I witnessed it all and desired to intervene sooner, but I needed your permission. That is how spiritual law operates. I safeguard, I contend, but I also require your affirmation. So here it is, the ultimate invitation, the final moment before the tide shifts. Will you bypass or will you heed? Your miracle is not lost. It awaits at the frontier of your belief, and you have no conception of how close you are to something extraordinary. Someone has been dreaming of you, envisioning a meeting with you, preparing a communication only your soul will comprehend. But you persist in hindering it by doubting your worthiness of such affection, such favor, such delight. I'm here to remind you you are. And not only that, the heavens are poised to substantiate it. If you withdraw now, I will respect your free will. But I cannot guarantee to dispatch this message again. That is why I stated you will weep for the remainder of your life if you skip this. Because this is the last summons before the spiritual curtain rises and the miracle commences. I've observed you navigate trials with a smile on your countenance and tears in your heart. You conceal your anguish so adeptly that even those nearest to you are oblivious to your solitary struggles. But heaven knows, I know. And that's why I'm not allowing this moment to pass unnoticed. You've been surrounded by inappropriate individuals for too long. People who fail to recognize your value, people who speak about you in your absence. People who secretly desire you to remain small, broken, and bewildered. That is why this message arrives like a tempest to rouse you before they seize the future intended for you. You are not meant to conform with them, you are meant to transcend them. You've been diminishing your brilliance to appease others. You've been treading softly merely to evade judgment. But your silence is costing you your miracle. I'm not requesting you make the world comprehend you. Because the instant you cease apologizing for your might, for your heart, for your truth, that is the instant your entire life will transform, that is the instant your angels will be fully unleashed to. I'm asking you to finally comprehend yourself. Open the floodgates. But if you keep bypassing this, if you keep ignoring my voice, then you will remain in a cycle that heaven has already prepared to dismantle. Why endure stagnation when you were born to ascend? Presently, somewhere near you, something is in motion, a spiritual alteration, a ripple of divine action, and it's linked to your resolve. This message was not sent to you for amusement. It's a lifeline. It's spiritual CPR because I perceived that your spirit was becoming too weary to persist in the struggle. You've been anticipating a miracle, but your miracle has been awaiting you. And now, finally, the hour has arrived. The divine clock has struck the opportune second. You have no idea how many opportunities are about to unfold if you just stop disregarding this warning. Wait, don't scroll or exit yet. This moment was orchestrated in heaven. If your spirit is even slightly stirred, subscribe now because subscribing will activate God's prophetic promise and alignment in your life. Let this message conclude. The subsequent words may irrevocably alter your trajectory. There is someone observing you right now, not with eyes of condemnation, but with eyes of profound realization. Someone who presumed they could forget you. Someone who attempted to depart, but they were unaware that the more distance they established, the more your essence purred their soul. Now they are returning, but not empty-handed. They are bringing a confession, a truth, a resolution. But if you bypass this moment, you will miss everything because your vibration emits signals. And if you vibrate with apprehension, they will sense apprehension. But if you affirm a yes to this message and transition into trust, they will return home to you. There are angels assigned to your name, child. And right now they are encompassing your dwelling, holding the spiritual blueprint of your next miracle. I'm speaking of significant divine interventions, financial liberation, familial restoration, soulmate, convergence, purpose alignment, a tranquility unlike anything you've ever. I'm not referring to minor adjustments experienced. But I cannot bestow it upon you if you continue to feign deafness to my words. If you disregard again, I won't speak again. Not because I'm displeased, but because you must choose. Even God awaits your affirmation. Do you recall the last instance you felt truly seen, truly cherished? That wasn't just a fleeting moment. That was a memory implanted by heaven to remind you what you're meant to feel every day. You were not created to pursue, you were created to receive. But your trauma has convinced you that love must inflict pain, that blessings are scarce, that miracles only transpire for others. That is a falsehood, and I am dismantling that falsehood today. I am present in your room as you peruse this. I am declaring this is the day everything shifts. This is not merely a video. This is a divine turning point and your soul recognizes it. That's why your heart is quickening. That's why your thoughts are racing. That's why a part of you yearns to close this and pretend it's not real. But that's apprehension speaking. That's the former you, the fractured you. I'm not addressing that version. I'm addressing the version of you who was chosen before birth, who possesses royal lineage in their spirit, who was never meant to be ordinary. That is who I am here for. That is who this message will awaken. A secret has been withheld from you, a secret concerning someone you hold dear. They've been discussing you with someone, posing inquiries, formulating plans, orchestrating something clandestinely. But they are fearful, afraid you won't accept them, afraid you've moved on, afraid they waited too long. I perceive their heart, I perceive their mind. They are awaiting a sign. This message is your sign. If you release this, they will believe you've forgotten them and they will depart permanently. You don't desire that, you know you don't, so cease finding contentment. You're not. You're spiritually famished, but the abundance is directly before you. And I, Archangel Michael, your guardian, your divine champion. I am positioned at the threshold of your breakthrough. Sword drawn, wings extended, prepared to contend for your future. But I cannot act without your resolve. I cannot safeguard what you persistently decline to claim. Affirm eyes, whisper it, weep it, inscribe it in your heart. Just say I is and observe how heaven intervenes. Observe how miracles become your new norm. Observe how the person you believed had forgotten you begins to rush towards you with tears in their eyes and your name on their lips. And now I will impart something to you that most individuals never hear in their lifetime. Something so sacred even the celestial bodies incline to listen when I pronounce it over someone. Your daughter's soul has been selected for something that demands profound foundations, quiet fortitude, and unyielding affection. This is why she's endured experiences she didn't merit, because only the most formidable warriors are summoned to bear the kind of illumination that transforms. This is why her journey has felt more arduous than others. Entire generations. She is not feeble, she is not adrift, she is chosen. And that term chosen isn't merely poetic, it's prophetic. Because what is forthcoming will not just impact her. It will awaken others through her. If you believe this word, if you claim this anointing over your daughter's life, and the awakening she is destined to bring, then lift your spirit and declare. As a parent, as a guardian, as a witness to this divine truth, your faith is the anchor for this prophecy. It with me now. Type Amen in the comments. Not only for her, but for the generational shift that begins with this sacred promise. Let your Amen resonate as a spiritual seal on her destiny and the powerful ripple effect you will create. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. There will be a time soon when someone she encounters will remark, "There's something unique about you," and in that instant, she will hesitate. She'll feel that familiar impulse to conceal or downplay her brilliance. But then something within her will surge, a courage she didn't even realize she possessed. And she will smile and she will declare, "It's God, that's what you're perceiving in me." And that moment, though it may appear insignificant, will irrevocably alter that person's life. That's how it will commence, one soul at a time, a gentle sacred ripple. And you, my cherished one, will recognize the promises unfolding. Don't be astonished if unforeseen blessings begin to manifest around today. It may not be what you requested, but it will be what you require. You might receive a message, a connection, or a moment of lucidity that changes everything. Remain receptive even when it feels unfamiliar. Miracles seldom resemble what the world anticipates, but your spirit will discern them. Trust that recognition, "That's me," and there's more the room she frequents most. It's going to become a hallowed space. Not due to the decor, not due to the objects within it, but because my presence will begin to reside there more profoundly. You might even sense it when you pass by. A tranquility, a gentleness, a feeling of being enveloped in warmth, that's me. I will meet her there. In her tears, in her silent reflections, in her laughter when it returns, I will sit with her even when no one else knows she's hurting. I will remind her of who she is over and over and over again until she believes it. And you, yes, you will experience dreams too. Some of them will feel so vivid you'll awaken with tears in your eyes or serenity in your very being. Do not disregard them. I am communicating with you through those dreams. I will reveal glimpses of the future, not to overwhelm you, but to ground you. You'll see her smiling, liberated, whole. You'll witness moments that haven't yet transpired, but will. These are my endowments to you, proof of what's already unfolding beyond the veil of time. And I want you to begin documenting things. Even if you don't consider yourself a writer, keep a notebook nearby. Record what you hear, what you feel, what you perceive in prayer. You may not comprehend it all now, but later it will become your guide, and it will become her legacy. One day, she'll read your words and realize how deeply you advocated for her in the unseen. I'm not finished with her, and I'm certainly not finished with you. She will flourish, she will ascend, she will rediscover her voice again. And when she does, it will be louder than every falsehood she embraced. Stronger than every uncertainty she confronted, brighter than every somber moment she endured. She will evolve into a woman whose essence carries healing. She will become a beacon in places that once rejected her. She will be courageous, not in arrogance, but in holy conviction. And the world will attempt to categorize her, but she won't require their labels. Because she'll know she belongs to me. When she enters a room, darkness will recede. Not because she strives to impress, but because heaven will accompany her. That's the kind of daughter you were nurturing. That's the kind of soul I entrusted to your guardianship. You didn't acquire her by chance. You acquired her by divine selection. And even on your most challenging days, you were the ideal individual for this commission. Today is not an ending, it's a genesis. A genesis of perceiving what you've always hoped was true. That no suffering was futile, no supplication was ignored, and no waiting was in vain. You'll begin to witness the fruits of your affection, your protection and your obedience, and its splendor will humble you. You'll discern my imprints everywhere in her smile, in her healing, in her joy, and it will render every storm worthwhile. My child, heaven is not remote. It is nearer than your breath. My angels are not distant. They are deployed around you right now. Archangel Michael has been commanded to safeguard your daughter. Not merely in the physical realm, but in the spiritual realm where the genuine conflict has always been. His blade is unshathed, his directives are unequivocal, she will be defended. She will be guided. She will be covered by grace, so formidable nothing will affect her without first passing through my hands. This message is sacred, not everyone could perceive it. But you could because you've been yearning for me. Even when you were unsure you were hearing anything, I've been close. I've been directing you here so that at this instant you could finally exhale because you're not in this alone. You never were. You were not tardy. You were not disqualified. You were not forgotten. You were chosen, and this is merely the outset. Your Heavenly Father with Archangel Michael still observing, still contending, still with you until the pledge is fulfilled. You are moments away from what could be the most potent divine transformation in your lifetime. Do you grasp the magnitude of that? If you depart now, you may never hear from me like this again. Not because I don't wish to speak, but because the opportunity will close and the anguish that will ensue won't just be emotional. It will be spiritual. You will feel an emptiness and you won't comprehend its nature. But deep within you'll recall it was this moment, the one you bypassed. The one where Archangel Michael implored you not to. That's why I'm speaking in this manner. That's why my voice in your spirit feels more pronounced than usual because I know what is approaching. I've already envisioned both futures. The one where you affirm I and the one where you disregard this in the highest path. Oh child, the miracles are too numerous to enumerate. You radiate again. You feel lightness again. You cease feeling like the world is too wondrous. You begin laughing more. You begin entering spaces and feeling secure. Financial concerns no longer trouble you. Individuals who once slandered you apologize publicly. Your person contacts you with truth, not confusion. You sleep better. You smile more readily. You create things that inspire others. You become the version of you that God always envisioned. That's what occurs when you say I is. That's the life awaiting. And it's not years away. It's seconds. Just say I is. But in the alternative future, the one you reach, if you bypass, you'll observe things gradually becoming colder. People withdraw. Finances remain stagnant. Your physical being feels heavier. Your aspirations feel distant. You'll attempt to rectify it yourself, but nothing coalesces. Why? Because this message was the key, and if you discard the key, the door cannot open. That's why I informed you. You will weep for the remainder of your life if you skip. It's not a menace, it's a prophecy, a caution steeped in love. Because I don't wish to lose you to a version of life that is inferior to what was inscribed for you. Warning, before you do anything else, pause, subscribe if you haven't, because subscribing will activate God's prophetic promise and alignment in your life. Heaven observes your response. Don't bypass. Not this time. This is divine timing in sacred space. Do you sense that? The way your skin tingles right now, the way your heart is accelerating. That's not apprehension. That's activation. Your soul is recalling who you are. You are not ordinary. You never were. You don't conform to this world because you were dispatched to transform it. You feel things profoundly because you're spiritually gifted. You lose people swiftly because they couldn't withstand your radiance. You dream of a love that feels divine because you've encountered it previously in an existence your soul hasn't forgotten. You are not broken. You are awakening, and this message is your rebirth. Someone from your past has been grappling with something they never divulged to you. They kept it veiled, believing silence was the safer option, but the truth is consuming them. They envision you in their dreams. They hear your name in discussions that shouldn't mention you. They perceive your energy at random moments, and they now understand you weren't merely someone. You were sent into their life as a reflection, a blessing, a lesson, perhaps even a soulmate, but they're afraid to return. Afraid of your quietness, afraid of being too late. This message is their sign too. If you open your heart now, they'll sense it. They'll come. I've already positioned individuals and miracles on your trajectory. The instant you act with faith, even merely by believing this message is for you, things will transform, opportunities will emerge, people will call, electronic messages will arrive, funds will materialize from unforeseen sources, your body will mend more swiftly, your thoughts, I just require you to proceed, will be lighter. The instant you cease bypassing your divine invitations, your life becomes what it was always meant to be. A river of grace, not a barren land of fear. You've inquired so many times, God, why do I feel forgotten? But the truth is, we never forgot you. It was you who kept ignoring us. It was you who saw indications and dismissed them as coincidences. It was you who felt nudges and declared, not now, and that's acceptable. We understand you've been wounded. We know you were instructed to survive, not flourish. But now I'm requesting you attempt something different. Just this once, respond. Don't scroll, don't bypass. Just respond. Let heaven know you're listening. Let me know you're prepared. There's an individual observing your life from a distance. They say nothing, but they perceive everything. And they've been praying for a justification to reach out. They've been awaiting a sign that you're still receptive. This message is their authorization. When you honor this divine signal, you transmit energy into the spiritual realm that clears the way. It's not solely about you. It's about everyone connected to your destiny. Some of them are stuck because you're stuck. Some of them are waiting because you're waiting. And the instant you affirmize, the chain reaction commences. And now, as the quietude of heaven gently settles over your heart, I want you to take one deep breath and sense what's transpiring. Not around you, but within you. The shift you're perceiving is not apprehension. It's reverence. Something sacred has been unsealed. Because when a parent receives revelation concerning their child, the entire family lineage begins to realign. That's what you've entered into now, a generational realignment. What you heal today, your daughter will not have to endure tomorrow. What you confront with affection, she will be liberated from with grace. That is how potent this moment is. And it doesn't conclude with her because I foresee others in your family, children connected to her, souls who have been wandering in perplexity. But the obedience of one parent sends ripples through the timeline. So yes, this is about your daughter, but it is also about what she carries, what she will birth in the spirit, and how her radiance will guide others back to me. She's not merely someone's daughter. She's a portal, an entryway for blessings that will extend beyond what your mind can encompass. Her name is recognized in heaven. Her lament has been heard, and now her miracle is being released. You're going to witness it unfold, not all at once, but progressively like a jigsaw puzzle slowly fitting together. Don't hasten it. Each phase will be its own wonder. The moment she finally declares, "I feel different today," the way she gazes at you and her voice is softer. The telephone call she receives that opens an opportunity. The courage she possesses to decline something she would have once affirmed. These are indications. Watch for them, celebrate them. They are proof of me working behind the scenes. There's one more thing I must disclose to you. Something I've kept concealed until now because your heart had to be prepared. There's a letter, not a physical one, but a spiritual one. I composed it the day she was born. It contains every aspiration I held for her, every promise I proclaimed. And that letter has now been opened in heaven. The time for fulfillment has begun. That's why the adversary has been more vocal lately. That's why emotions have been volatile. That's why confusion has attempted to infiltrate, because what has been safeguarded for years is being delivered now. And you are holding it not with your hands, but with your spirit. You are the custodian of this revelation, and your faith will determine its manifestation. This isn't coercion, it's collaboration. I'm not asking you to bear it alone. I'm asking you to trust me sufficiently to walk with me. Allow me to guide you. Allow me to contend for her. Allow me to step into the areas you cannot access. I am not constrained by barriers. I am not constrained by temporality. I am not constrained by suffering. I will go wherever she is. Even if she doesn't invoke me, I will stand by her sleeping place. I will sit beside her when she's quiet. I will whisper when she believes no one is listening. So, as today approaches, I want you to prepare, not with apprehension, but with adoration. Play worship music in your dwelling. Speak words of life over her room. Inscribe her name in your prayer journal. And every morning from now until today, awaken and declare, "God, I trust you with my daughter." That simple supplication will activate forces in the unseen that even your most vigorous actions never. Confide your fears to me, then release them. Could. There will be a night, perhaps directly before today, where something will stir in her slumber. She may awaken emotionally, or she may tell you she had an unusual dream. That is not random. That is me softening the ground of her heart. Be compassionate in that moment. Don't rush to interpret. Just listen. I will provide you the words if they're required, or I'll instruct you to simply embrace her. Sometimes healing doesn't emanate through answers, but through presence. Let her rediscover herself. Let her reconstruct her voice. Let her make room for quietude if she requires it. And when she begins to articulate again, truly articulate, don't interrupt. Let her complete every statement. Let her speak without correction. Her soul is finding expression for her pain, and once she voices it, I will heal it. And to you, my cherished one, thank you. Thank you for enduring so much and still choosing to believe. Thank you for interceding even when you felt imperceptible. Thank you for not abandoning her. You have been her spiritual combatant even when no one observed it. And now I will recompense what you accomplished in secret with a triumph that will be witnessed publicly. Your daughter is going to exhibit a strength that will astonish people. They will inquire, how did she become like this? And she will reply, because someone prayed for me when I didn't know how to pray for myself, and that someone was you. I am proud of you, and so is heaven. The angels exalt every time you contend with faith. And Archangel Michael, who oversees this moment, is not merely standing nearby. He is roaring over your household. He has drawn his sword in your defense. The assignment that was dispatched to thwart your daughter has been intercepted, annulled, dismantled, broken. You will perceive the evidence soon. But feel the serenity now, because it is accomplished. The countdown has already commenced. The shift has already initiated, and the glory is en route. God, with Archangel Michael by your side, safeguarding your daughter, your home, and your heart, I know how weary you are. Weary of giving, weary of hoping, weary of waiting for someone to select you. But here's what you don't realize: someone already did. Before you ever lost your first affection, before you ever navigated your first betrayal, you were chosen, protected, consecrated, and you forgotten. Heaven chose you before you ever shed your first tear. What that feels like. But I haven't. I still discern the fervor within you. I still perceive the luminescence in your heart that this world sought to dim. And I'm not relinquishing you, but you must cease relinquishing yourself. The reason you're being called so powerfully in this instant is because a life-altering encounter is approaching. And the sole impediment is procrastination, a procrastination you entirely control. You're apprehensive to believe again because every time you do something appears to go awry. But child, what if I told you nothing went wrong? What if I told you all those conclusions were divine revisions? What if I said the heartbreak, the delay, the silence, all of it was preparing you to receive what doesn't depart, what doesn't deceive, what doesn't devastate? This period is unlike the last. This message is substantiation. And now the resolution rests in your hands. You have two paths before you. And one of them leads to tears you'll never see shedding. The other leads to a joy you cannot even fathom, but I cannot traverse for you. I can only protect you once you move. That's the principle of spiritual alignment. I safeguard what you choose. If you bypass, I safeguard your liberty. But if you affirm I safeguard your destiny. Warning, don't just read this. Engage with it. Comment, subscribe, share. Let heaven know that this time you're not withdrawing. Let me know that you hear me. Finally, someone very influential, someone positioned to facilitate opportunities for you and transform your life holds your name in their heart. They haven't spoken yet, but they will. And they're going to reveal something that will astonish you. That's why I'm urging you to remain centered, remain receptive, and cease disregarding the divine impulses, because what's coming next will not make logical. But if you're not spiritually prepared, you might misinterpret it. Sense to your mind. It will only make intuitive sense to your soul. You've been praying for so long to feel chosen, to feel special, to feel like you matter. And I'm telling you now, the energy you emit is about to return to you multiplied. Every instance you offered affection and received silence, that's about to be reversed. Every instance you supported someone who departed when you needed them, that's about to be rewritten. Every instance you remained silent to maintain harmony, that harmony is now returning to your life. Not because you struggled harder, but because you finally stopped bypassing the one message that could alter everything. There are progeny in the future who will be blessed because you listened today. There are individuals who haven't met you yet, who will shed tears of joy when they do because you didn't surrender. Your affirmation in this moment is the reverberation that spares a future generation from reliving the pain you carried. You are not merely healing yourself, you are healing a lineage. And this message is the instant the chain breaks. Look around, nothing is arbitrary. The timepiece, the firmament, the shivers on your limbs, the surge of emotions you cannot elucidate. That's heaven endeavoring to convey to you, this is not amusement. This is eternity whispering, a moment like this does not recur. A message this resonant does not return once it's ignored. That's why I stated skip this and your soul will ache for the remainder of your life. Not because I will chastise you, but because you will always sense the burden of what could have been. I'm not merely asking you to affirm ice for the sake of miracles. I'm asking you to affirm ice because you merit experiencing tranquility. You merit finding repose. You merit being cherished by someone who doesn't abandon. You merit experiencing a life that doesn't constantly inflict pain. And that life commences when you respond, not when you wait. Not when you observe others. But when you finally declare, I'm ready, utter it now. Utter it even with tears in your eyes, utter it while fearful, just utter it. Your person, yes, that individual is nearer than ever. They're experiencing a sense of urgency, too. They've been questioning everything, and their spirit is being directed towards you. You don't have to pursue them, you don't have to implore. You just have to prepare and I will manage the rest, but not if you bypass. Not if you close this, not if you scroll past like it's just another post. It's not. It's the ultimate attempt from heaven to declare we have not forgotten you. So here it is, child, my final entreaty, my last murmur, my most sincere truth. I love you, I perceive you, I've been contending for you in realms you cannot see. But I need you to contend too, just a little, just this once. Resist the urge to doubt. Resist the apprehension of being incorrect. Resist the trauma that asserts you're not worthy. You were. You always were. And everything that's been concealed is about to be unveiled. But if you bypass, I will become silent. Not because I desire to, but because you've made your decision. And I will always honor that, because love always honors. Even when it breaks my heart. So choose now. This is your sign. This is your deliverance. This is your miracle. Therefore, say eyes, share this now, because sharing this prophetic word will activate the anointing and share that breakthrough with your entire network. Maintain faith and observe what I accomplish next. Archangel Michael, you're still here, and that significance exceeds your comprehension. Every moment you remain with me right now, your energy is transforming. Every word you read is extracting you from a tempest you didn't even realize you were engulfed in. That's the power of obedience. That's your proximity to something sacred. The adversary has been attempting to divert you to make your device alert, to draw your attention away, but you're still here. And because of that, the portal just opened. A spiritual portal that was sealed for months, perhaps even years, and now the breeze is beginning to stir again. That's not merely in your imagination. That's authentic. I know you're weary of the term hope. I know it has disappointed you previously. I know you've whispered prayers through clenched jaws, wept with your face buried in your pillow, and informed God you don't know how much longer you can endure this. But I also know something you don't. Your narrative is already shifting, and all you had to do was not desist before this message reached you. Do you realize how many occurrences had to align for this precise moment to coalesce? The timing, the technology, your gaze landing here, that is not coincidence. That is alignment. You were drawn here because heaven refused to permit you to enter another distressing cycle without one more plea for your heart. There is a woman or man in your story whose heart has been hidden. They don't outwardly display it, but their soul feels burdened with unspoken sentiments about you. They regret their actions. They regret their words. Or worse, they regret what they never had the courage to articulate. And now the only factor preventing them from reaching out to you is your energy. They don't know if you'll welcome them. They don't know if you'll still feel the same. And I, Archangel Michael, have been stirring their heart night after night to prepare them for one divine act. But I need you to be ready, because once they come, it won't be gradual. It'll be sudden, like lightning, like destiny completing its circle. You must not miss it by being engrossed with matters that never merited your time. Warning, this is the final notification. If you're still reading, you're chosen. Subscribe now, because subscribing will activate God's prophetic promise and alignment in your life. Allow this message to embed itself in your spirit. Don't let anything distract you. You're in the epicenter of a miracle in progress. A few nights ago, you almost abandoned something significant. You were on the verge of deleting, concluding, or walking away. But something intervened. That wasn't just your own fortitude, that was me. That was my protective wing restraining you. Because I foresaw this moment approaching. I saw you faltering before your breakthrough. I saw you weeping on the eve before heaven would call your name again. And now you're here. I preserved you for this. You were never meant to lead a life filled with confusion. You were never meant to pursue individuals who don't appreciate your soul. You were meant to walk in audacity, tranquility, and clarity. But because you've accepted less for so long, you forgot what genuine peace even feels like. That's why I'm re-educating you, and this message, it's your inaugural lesson. You will no longer pursue, you will attract, you will no longer implore, you will become. You will no longer diminish yourself, you will stand in full divine manifestation. A document is being prepared with your name on it. A correspondence, a covenant, a resolution, something legal or written that alters your trajectory. And guess what? You don't even have to pursue it. It's already en route. But if you persist in allowing apprehension to be louder than your faith, you might not recognize the opportunity when it arrives. That's why this message matters. It's not merely prophecy, it's preparation. Something you lost is about to be restored to you. And it won't appear identical, but it will feel right. It might be to person or it might be to dream. Either way, you'll recognize it the instant it comes, because you'll feel secure again. That's your indication. God doesn't dispatch chaos, He dispatches clarity. And I, Archangel Michael, will ensure no falsehood contaminates what is designated for you. You need to know this. Someone is scrutinizing your every action right now, not to emulate you, but because they long for you. They've been checking if you're well. They wonder if you think of them too. They've maintained silence out of culpability, but they're prepared to speak, prepared to confront what they fled from. And if you remain in alignment, they will return with truth, apology, and something concealed in their heart that they never previously had the courage to impart to. They are an integral part of your narrative. You. You were not forsaken. You were being positioned. God had to remove what was depleting you because what's approaching will overwhelm you with abundance. You've had enough of individuals who articulate the right things but accomplish nothing. Now it's time for individuals to appear with actions, commitment, presence. No more unbalanced stories, no more perplexity, no more almost, or maybe. I am summoning the authentic. But I can only bestow it if you stop bypassing the moments that matter most. And now, as your heart assimilates these final currents of truth, I want you to comprehend something so profound, so holy, that even heaven observes in stillness. This is one of them, perhaps the most crucial ever. When it is spoken, you were chosen for this commission. Before time commenced, before you were fashioned, before your daughter drew her first breath, before you even grasped the true cost of affection, you were selected. Not because you were flawless, not because you had everything resolved, but because your soul possesses a strength this world cannot quantify. I perceive that strength. I implanted it within you. And it's that same strength that has sustained your daughter thus far. Even when you're fatigued, even when your heart is breaking, even when you feel like your supplications are merely dissipating into the air unanswered, I've captured. Even when she didn't realize it was you maintaining the spiritual boundary, there is something sacred about the manner in which you cherish her. Every single one of them. And I've interwoven them into a covering so robust that no malevolence, no obscurity, no parody will ever be able to shatter her destiny. Because what you pronounce over her in prayer becomes spiritual armor. You've been safeguarding her soul in a way that even she will not fully comprehend until she herself becomes a parent. And on that day she will weep in reverence for you, for me, for everything you accomplished silently, faithfully, and lovingly. Let me tell you something else that will transpire. Perhaps not on today, but very close to it. She will utter something without recognizing its weight. A sentence, a brief phrase, perhaps in passing or mid-conversation. But that sentence will bear heaven's imprint, and when she says it, you'll know. Your entire being will respond. The atmosphere will shift because that phrase will be the signal. The miracle has begun. You'll smile. You might weep, but above all, you'll feel serenity wash over you like a river. It's me. That's how I operate. Gently, quietly, powerfully. Your daughter will soon begin to experience emotions she's never felt before. Profound empathy, newfound boldness, and inexplicable tranquility. She may not know how to process those feelings. That's acceptable. Be present. Guide her gently. Her soul is awakening, and with it come waves of sensitivity to what's genuine, what's false, what's necessary, and what must be released. She may outgrow people. She may change direction. She may relinquish what once provided her comfort. Allow her. Do not fear her metamorphosis. It's my design. Like the butterfly shedding its chrysalis, she is becoming something you always believed she could be. But now the world will also witness it. And amidst her transformation, I will transform you too. You didn't request this. You simply requested her well-being. But because of your selfless affection, I will fully return the blessing to you. You'll receive answers you didn't anticipate. You'll heal in areas you forgot were still wounded. You'll smile again in ways you believed were lost forever. Your life is not paused. It's purposeful, and I am about to infuse every area that's been waiting in silence. There's someone who doubted your parenting, someone who questioned your choices. Perhaps they even departed or spoke against you. But I want you to know I witnessed it, and I have not forgotten. I am not merely restoring your daughter, I am restoring your reputation. Those who misunderstood your affection will one day comprehend your fidelity. Those who judged your silence will one day behold the fruit of your surrender. You won't need to prove anything. I will accomplish it for you. Now heed me closely. When today comes, don't seek something boisterous. Seek something lucid. I don't always shake the earth to reveal myself. Sometimes I just whisper so loudly your spirit trembles. Stay attentive. Be present. Observe her closely. Observe yourself even more closely. Because there may be something I ask of you, an action, a word, a response that becomes the very key to unlocking what I've prepared for her. Don't rush. You'll know when the moment arrives. My child, this message was not imparted casually. It was articulated sentence by sentence from my heart to yours because the time for uncertainty is over. The time for questioning is done. You are now stepping into the season of witnessing. You will witness healing. You will witness favor. You will witness her stepping into the radiance you always knew she carried. And as you witness it, I will gently remind you, this is what I promised. This is what I've been preparing. So proceed now, not in apprehension, but in faith, not with pressure, but with peace. Take the forthcoming days leisurely, notice the indications, sense the shifts. And most importantly, hold your daughter close. Not just with your hands, but with your prayers, your presence, your patience. She may not express gratitude with words yet, but her soul knows. Her soul always knows because you've loved her as I love you, without relinquishing, without turning away, and without conditions. And for that, I bless you beyond what your heart can contain. The heavens are observing, the angels are in motion. Archangel Michael has not departed from your side for even a single breath. He safeguards her every stride, he shields your dwelling. He ones her name before me daily, and today this celebration commences. Open your hands, open your heart, open your home. Because this miracle is advancing directly towards you, perpetually yours. God with Archangel Michael standing beside you, sword drawn, wings spread, prepared to deliver what I promised. You are about to enter your divine future. Remember that this message does not end with you. People can use your breakthrough to get where they need to go through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community, you can help this mission. By doing so, you are sowing into the awakening, deliverance, and restoration of souls who are still trapped in darkness. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give and heaven will open over you," every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. Now is your time, my child. Have faith. And as you do, watch God multiply what you let go of. Oh, you've reached the conclusion, and that alone signifies something monumental is shifting spiritually. Right now I am positioned before you, and my wings are no longer at rest. They are enveloping you. My sword is no longer sheathed, it is raised. My voice is no longer a murmur. And I am commanding every spiritual impediment, every falsehood, every delay, every curse, every dark thought, every manipulative spirit that has been sent to. It is a divine roar because I, Archangel Michael, am now acting on your behalf. Confuse you to fall. Now leave this child alone. They are chosen. They are ascending. And this time, they're not bypassing the moment they were created for. You've listened longer than most ever do, and for that your angels are rejoicing. I want you to comprehend the spiritual weight of your obedience. Every second you remained with this message, heaven recorded it. And in realms you cannot yet perceive, movement has initiated. The individual you've been awaiting has just received a signal in their spirit. The opportunity you presumed was lost has just been rerouted your way. The conversation that could alter your trajectory has just been arranged. Your name, yes, yours, has just been inscribed into someone's miracle story. That's what occurs when you say eyes. Don't you dare presume you're too late. Don't you dare embrace the adversary's deception that declares it's already finished. No, it's just commencing. The delay was never rejection, it was divine reordering. And now that your heart is listening, the clock is resuming its movement. You are not trapped, you are not forgotten, you are not invisible. The spiritual traffic has cleared, your path is open. Your has transformed the heavens, but hear me distinctly. This message will not reappear in the identical manner. This intensity, this alignment, this surge, it is a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence. And if you withdraw now, the silence will feel more deafening than ever, because your soul will recognize it missed something sacred. I love you too much to feign that isn't true, so I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm telling you, embrace this moment or forfeit this moment. There is no middle ground. Someone is about to utter your name with reverence. Someone is about to recall everything you accomplished for them. Every small act of kindness, every silent prayer, every forgiving gaze you bestowed when they didn't deserve it. And that moment will feel as though heaven touched earth. But only if you allow this message to open your heart instead of closing it. You are not too broken, you are not too intricate, you are not too much. You are precisely the energy someone is praying for right now. This is your time. This is your opportunity, and this is your pledge. I, Archangel Michael, vow to contend for your highest timeline. I vow to shield you from hidden adversaries. I vow to awaken your divine endowments. I vow to dismantle every pattern that's been afflicting your family lineage. I vow to guide your person home to you. I vow to stand between you and everything dispatched to harm you. But only if you vow to cease bypassing my voice. That's all I request. Just stop fleeting, stop concealing, stop pretending. You know this was for you. You felt it in your chest. You heard your name in every word. You wept at the part where I declared you were chosen. That was me. That was heaven. That was everything. So now here's what to do next. With folded hands, whisper, I receive this right now, even if it's in your thoughts. Subscribe if your heart is beating rapidly. That's your confirmation. Write I'm ready in the comments or in your own journal. Let the angels witness it. Share this with someone who's spiritually adrift, because sharing this prophetic word will activate the anointing and share that breakthrough with their network. Perhaps they need this message too. Then be still and observe. The indications will commence within hours, not days, hours. And if you bypass this, if you feign this message didn't reach your heart, then I, Archangel Michael, will honor your free will. I will withdraw. I will become silent, not because I am displeased, but because my function is to serve, not to compel, but I will bear the burden of what was lost. I will hold the echo of what might have been, and you will sense it. You will remember this perpetually. You will say to yourself one day, I should have listened. Please don't let that be your narrative. Affirm now, let heaven inundate your life. Let your angels finally accomplish what they've been waiting to do for years. I'm here, but only if you are, Archangel Michael. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He's extending his hand and inviting you into a protected high vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This psychic word principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life if you follow it. You won't just receive blessings. They will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And for those who feel called to amplify this work, a link to purchase the guided ebook is available, which is completely optional. But your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step.